creating checkboxes in Microsoft Excel, like these ones that you're seeing here, or these ones that can even control the charts, has now become a little bit more easier to implement than ever before, because they have now been made available as an inbuilt tool. The other cool thing is that now that they are part of the sale, this means that you can easily copy and paste them to other sales, and they will automatically link to those new sales where you're actually pasting these checkboxes. In other words, we do not need to manually link these checkboxes like it was previously when we use the developers form control options. Okay, now let me demonstrate how you can make use of this new checkbox feature in Microsoft Excel. Now let's assume that this is our client onboarding lifecycle. You might call it a sales pipeline, and we have several stages that our customers go through before we actually call them our customers. Stage number 1 is the prospecting stage. We move over to qualification, needs analysis, and so on and so forth. Now essentially all our customers are supposed to go through this first stage here, which is prospecting. I'll go ahead and place check marks for all our class because they are all prospecting. So I'll just place a check mark right there. You can see the closing status here will change to prospecting, and the overall progress is now 17%. Let us place check marks on all these customers right here, and there you go. So everyone is a prospect. Now if this guy moved over to qualification stage, you can see the overall progress changes to 33%, and the closing status here is in progress. Okay, assuming this customer here moves through the entire process, needs analysis, assuming that we also do the price and quotation for them, and then we negotiate the price, they accept to buy our product, and then it's a won deal. Watch what happens. This entire record becomes highlighted in green. The overall progress is now 100%, and the deal is won, as you can see in our closing status right here. Now you might be wondering, how do we create this in Microsoft Excel? Yes, I'm going to be showing you how to do this using both formulas, conditional formatting, and the new checkbox feature. Let's begin. Now the first thing that I'll do is to head over to this worksheet and build everything from scratch. Let us first insert in our checkboxes. So I'll highlight all these cells in our stages and head over to the insert on my ribbon tab and click over to this option right here that says checkbox. This will of course insert checkboxes in all my cell addresses. When I click in any of the cells, you'll see that in the formula bar I see a value of false. When I place a check mark, it changes to a value of true. And we all know that these Boolean data types of trues and falses, we can use them in arithmetic calculations. Now what I will do to generate the overall progress here, I'll just come into this cell and say equals. I open the COUNTIF function. For the range argument, I'll go with this entire range, comma, and I will be counting everywhere there is a true. I close this COUNTIF from here and then divide by the count A. This time I open the COUNTIF function and count everything that is in this range and close the COUNTIF from here. When I hit enter key on the keyboard, you can see I get 0, but when I place a check mark right here, I get this number, and this is just a percentage. I only need to come over to the home tab and confirm the number format here, and there you go. You can see it gives us 17%. Now let us double click and send this formula down. When I actually place a check mark here in the second stage, you'll see it grows to 33%. I add in more check marks, it grows to 50, and so on and so forth. Now how do we bring in a visual to showcase as this number grows? I'll highlight this particular column, head over to conditional formatting. This time let us use the data bars, and I'll go for a solid one, and let's go to the more rules here so that we can customize it a little bit. What I'll do for the bar color, I'll actually choose this particular color right there, and for the minimum and the maximum, I'll go for numbers. And for the maximum number here, let's just say 1, and then click OK. When I do that, you'll see the bar right here is now indicating a 50% growth. If I remove, you'll see it reduces. I move down, it reduces. I add on check marks, it will grow as the numbers increase. Okay, the second thing that we need to do is to come over to this particular column and generate our various statuses, and that's the prospecting status, the in progress status, and the won status if our criteria is met. Okay, so I'll come over to this cell and say equals. I'm going to be using the if-else function because I'm going to be writing a number of if statements. The first one will be I use the COUNTIF, and I'll ask in this entire range if the values of true are equals to 1, comma, then give us the status prospecting, comma, and for our in progress status we need to come back and count in this range if we have 2 or more true values and less than 6. So I'll need to open the AND function and then write in our logical tests here. I'll again say count if in this range we have values of true that are greater than or equals to 2. And for the second logical test inside our AND, I'll again count if and count this entire range if the values of true are less than 6. I close off the AND from here, comma, and value if true to argument. I'll just print a message in progress, comma, and the last one that we need to check here is if in column H we have a value of true. So I'll point over to this particular cell and ask, are you equal to a value of true, comma, value if true 3 argument. I will just say 1. I'll put a comma and then say otherwise you give us nothing. I close off the if from here and enter key on the keyboard. Of course, because we have 2 check marks here placed in this record, that's why we have the in progress status. If I remove this second check mark, you can see it goes back to prospecting. Now let us put all these check marks and confirm right there, and you can see we are able to get our won status right there. When I place a check mark here, you can see our status is showing in real time. Okay, now the other thing that we need to do here is to bring in our conditional formatting so that we can format how the won deals will appear in this range. So what I will do is to highlight this entire table, come back to conditional formatting, new rule. We won't write a simple formula here. We shall say use a formula to determine which cells to format. I'll say equals, I'm checking in this particular column I press the F4 key on the keyboard thrice to make sure that I'm locked in column I, and then I'll ask a question, are you equal to the status of 1? If that is true, then I want you to give this particular background color for the entire record, and then I say okay. That's what is happening right there. If I remove this check mark, you'll see it goes back to the original form. We can also use these checkboxes to control what happens on our charts. For example, on this line chart right there with this smaller data set that we have, if I never wanted to show, let's say, Bobo's numbers on this line chart, I could just come and remove a check mark right there. You can now see I'm only showing Alex's and Oliver's numbers on the line chart. If I only want to show Alex's numbers, then I can remove the check mark of Oliver's values and they will go. Right now you can see I'm only seeing at Alex's numbers on this line chart. So if you're asking yourself, how can I do this using the new checkbox feature? Let me show you how. So what I need to do here is to duplicate this worksheet so that we can build everything from scratch. I'll call this one control charts start file. Now let us recreate this from scratch. I'll copy this table, Control C on the keyboard, and paste a copy right there. Now what I need to do in this smaller table, I will use the if function to pick these numbers up here, and this is what I need to do. I'll say equals, I open the if function. My logical test will be if the value in A4 is equals to true, that's when the check mark is placed, comma, value if true, you should return from this particular cell address. Now because I'm going to be copying this formula down, I need to make sure that I implement the correct cell referencing styles. So for our cell A1, I'll make sure that I'm locked inside column A, but my rows are able to change from row number 4, number 5, and 6. And for C4 right there, I leave it relative and say comma, value if false, show us nothing. Close off the if from here and hit enter key on the keyboard. And there you go. Let us drag this formula to the sides and see if our numbers will come. Yes, they do. I will drag this one down. And there you go. Now what I need to do is to test if our check marks are working fine. I will actually place a check mark here on Oliver's numbers. You can see they disappear. I place the check mark once again, they show up. Now what we need to do is to create our line chart using this particular data set that is looking at this original table. So I will highlight everything in this particular table, come back over to the insert tab and then use the recommended charts here. I will pick the line chart option right there and say okay. Feel free to go ahead and make sure that your chart looks a little bit neat, but of course for demonstration purposes I will not go into cleaning up this chart. Let us test our checkboxes. I'll press a checkbox here. You can see Bob's numbers have gone. I'll just remove Alex's numbers. Now we are only looking at Oliver's numbers. I'll bring everything back, and so on and so forth. If you enjoyed this one, please give it a like, leave any comment, and do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel in case this is your first time here. See you in the next video.